Two men who have known each other since their school days remain closely connected despite taking different paths in life. One of them is now married and living a peaceful, content domestic life. He has a beautiful wife, and his home carries a warm, welcoming atmosphere shaped by routine, mutual respect, and affection. The other remains single, drifting through the years without forming any romantic attachment. He is not unhappy, but he is often questioned about his solitary lifestyle, and he rarely has a satisfying explanation. One afternoon, the single friend visits the married couple for lunch. During the meal, the topic of relationships naturally arises. The visitor's unmarried status becomes the center of playful curiosity. He cannot offer a clear reason, because even to himself the answer feels uncertain and incomplete. The husband treats the subject lightly, turning it into humor rather than pressure, teasing his friend about waiting for a perfect partner somewhere in the future. Days later, the single friend returns home after a demanding day at work. He settles down to rest, expecting nothing more than an uneventful evening. Instead, a sudden phone call disrupts his calm. The call comes from his parents. They have taken initiative on his behalf and arranged a potential marriage match. They want him to meet the prospective bride soon and move forward toward marriage. The news lands heavily on him. He values his freedom and fears being rushed into a lifelong commitment with a stranger. To escape the arrangement, he claims that he is already in a serious relationship. However, his parents respond with relief and enthusiasm, expressing a strong desire to meet the woman who has supposedly become part of his life. They announce that they will soon visit him in person. The call ends, leaving him fully aware that he has created a problem far more difficult than the one he tried to avoid. He decides to seek help from the married couple. He explains the false claim he made and the impending visit from his parents. The situation sounds absurd even as he describes it, yet the consequences are real. He asks for assistance in maintaining the illusion for a short time so that he can escape the arranged match without breaking family ties. He wants the wife to pretend to be his partner during the parents' visit. After considering the circumstances, the wife agrees to help. Her willingness comes from kindness and confidence in her relationship. She understands that the role is temporary and purely practical. Relief floods the worried friend. With the core plan accepted, he begins thinking about details that will make the act convincing. If his parents are expecting proof of a relationship, there must be visible evidence of shared time and closeness. Photographs will help support the story and reduce suspicion. He suggests taking pictures together in various settings to create a believable history. Soon afterward, the wife and the single friend go out together to capture photographs that suggest a genuine connection. They choose locations that look natural and varied, creating the impression of multiple outings across time rather than a single rushed session. When the photo session is complete, the wife presents them to her husband with playful intent, curious whether the sight of her posing closely with another man will stir jealousy. Instead, he sees the photos as tools for helping a friend rather than symbols of rivalry. He feels appreciation that his spouse is generous enough to assist someone important to him. Only a few days pass before the single man's parents arrive in the city ahead of schedule. Their early arrival leaves him with almost no time to prepare. The moment they step inside his home, their focus turns immediately to the relationship he claimed to have. Their excitement is direct and urgent, and they insist on meeting the woman without delay. The married woman, already aware that the visit could happen at any time, responds quickly when contacted. Her arrival is timely enough to prevent suspicion from forming. The tension in the room softens the instant she appears, composed and respectful, fully prepared to play the role she agreed to. Relief washes over the anxious son. Gratitude fills his expression and posture because the entire plan depends on her presence and confidence. Introductions are made, and the parents receive her with warmth and visible approval. They observe her manner, her politeness, and her calm demeanor. Their initial reaction is encouraging, but curiosity quickly takes over. They begin exploring the history of the supposed relationship from every angle. Their interest extends to her background, her upbringing, her education, and her profession. The two participants in the act rely on subtle cues and shared memory of the fabricated story they prepared earlier. Whenever uncertainty appears, the man smoothly supports the explanation with additional context, reinforcing the shared narrative. Their teamwork turns what could have been a clumsy deception into a convincing performance. The parents gradually relax as their doubts dissolve. What they see before them matches what they had hoped for: a partner who appears kind, intelligent, and respectful. Their satisfaction becomes visible in their expressions and gestures. They praise her poise and appearance, and they feel reassured that their son has chosen wisely. Convinced that their son's future is secure, they prepare to return home with peace of mind. When they depart, the friend finally exhales. Once again, appreciation is directed toward the woman whose quick action preserved the illusion. When she returns to her own home, she finds her husband waiting with patient curiosity. He wants to know how the encounter unfolded. She recounts the visit in detail, the unexpected arrival, the intensity of the questioning, the delicate coordination required to maintain consistency, and the eventual success of the act. He listens attentively and responds with reassurance and approval. Rather than discomfort, he feels pride that his household could offer such meaningful help to a longtime friend. Even with the success behind her, the woman's emotions are not entirely settled. The inner conflict deepens as she reflects in private. No harm was intended, yet the truth was altered. The difference between helping and misleading feels less simple than it did during the urgent moment. That realization troubles her sense of honesty. What once felt like a clever solution now appears morally complicated. She later shares her doubts with her husband. She explains that although the plan succeeded, she is no longer certain it was right. He responds with calm reasoning. From his perspective, the situation prevented greater distress and protected personal freedom without causing lasting damage. His steady reassurance reframes the event as compassionate rather than dishonest. Gradually, her tension eases and she accepts that the choice, while imperfect, served a protective purpose. One ordinary day, while she is occupied with household chores in the kitchen, another unexpected development occurs. A phone call interrupts the quiet flow of work. The call comes from the same friend whose situation had triggered the earlier deception. His parents are planning another visit, and once again they expect to see the relationship continuing. The original lie, having succeeded once, now demands maintenance. He asks for help again, aware that he is requesting another significant favor. She listens, understands the renewed urgency, and agrees to assist. The decision comes more quickly this time. The second performance unfolds with noticeably less strain. When she meets the parents again alongside their son, the interaction feels smoother and more natural. Seeing the same warmth and compatibility reinforces their confidence that the relationship is genuine and stable. They feel assured that their son's personal life is progressing well and that his chosen partner reflects good character and grace. For the woman, the emotional experience has shifted. The earlier guilt has diminished, replaced by a pragmatic understanding of the role she is playing. The purpose, helping a trusted friend avoid unwanted pressure, becomes the guiding justification.
Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.